I've been blessed to be able to write about the Mets with Matt Cerrone on MetsBlog.com. It's afforded me an amazing opportunity to express myself about the team I truly love. It's allowed me to connect every boyhood fantasy I had about the Mets and transform it into something solid and tangible. I honestly wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I spent a lot of time this winter wondering if fans like me feel as optimistic as I do about these Mets. Let's find out at the Queens Baseball Convention.
We made the festival we wanted to come to. There was no fan fest for this fan base, so we made our own. These are the events I want to go to. I'm looking forward to the Uni-Watch Parade. I want to see it. I want to hear what Paul and the gang have to say. I want to meet Mr. Met. I got to meet Mookie and Wally. That's great. So you do the work and you get to have we threw a great party. I think everybody's having a good time, and so that's really inspiration. I wanted to come to it, so it exists.
Tell me about what you've seen so far today. The atmosphere. Have you noticed any difference between last year and this year at the Queens Baseball Convention so far?
The atmosphere is great here, as it was always, and this year it seems like it's a little bit more crowded. There are more fans here. That being a Mets fan and being around Mets fans is just amazing, since I'm around people that have been through a lot like me, in this team. So I've noticed a little bit of a difference.
I think it's great. I think it's a lot more positive. There's a lot of people here that were here last year, and they know what it was like and who's here. We have a lot of great vendors and activities today, so I think that everybody's in for a good time today.
I think this is a great event, and it's a perfect example of how passionate Mets fans are and how much fun we can have all in one place. There's so much great history here, and there's just so much to talk about. There's stuff we can talk about sitting here together. There's stuff we can talk about in panels. I'm doing a panel on baseball movies, and any one of us on that panel could talk about baseball movies for 2 hours, and it's just a great way to kind of break up the long, cold off season and have some fun.
Oh, it's been a blast. It's so great to meet a lot of fans who follow me on Twitter, who I've never gotten to meet in person, and a lot of them come up to me, which I think is fantastic. I think that's what events like this are about, for fans to sort of meet people they don't get to know, see Wally back, and then see Mookie Wilson. The turnout's really impressive, and I think it just shows the passion that these fans have, which even though the team's been struggling, no one doubts the passion of Mets fans in general.
There were several panels at the QBC, including one about baseball movies and another one chronicling the Mets throughout each decade. But also at the QBC was Darren Meenan, founder and owner of the popular clothing brand, The 7 Line. I spoke with him about building a successful brand through his connection with Met fans.
The whole brand is based around community and the community aspect of being a diehard Mets fan. I think what is appealing to a lot of people is that they know that I'm a fan, everyone who works for the brand is a fan, so you're basically buying into the idea of this, I wouldn't call it like a cult, but it's like a group of Mets fans inside the fan base who all enjoy the same things, going to games together, cheering on the team, having fun, going to outings like this, and that's really just kind of what spawned everything into being what it is. So it's more of a community lifestyle brand than a clothing company.
There are so many vendors here at the QBC, and way more than there were last year. There are people here selling baseball cards, autographed memorabilia, original artwork, and photos. In addition, several former players participated in panels at the QBC, including both '86 Mets Wally Backman and Mookie Wilson.
What did you discuss during your time on that panel?
Basically, they just discussed my career coming up through college, and the minor leagues, and then how I came up with the Mets in 88 up until when I left. And we just talk about the mindset or the attitude of ball players, changing from college ball to pro ball, the difference in that. So it was a good education for the people.
I think that was a really good, productive day. Got a good vibe of what a lot of people are thinking, what people are talking about as far as the team is concerned, and for the first time in a long time, really since 2009, 2010 in there, people seem to be optimistic, genuinely optimistic about the team. As enjoyable as this year's QBC was, I'm very much looking forward to next year's. I can't wait. They put together a fantastic event. It was pure Mets baseball from the moment we got there until we're leaving now.